Hey guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you for my live review, the first of three for the trifecta Wednesday nights, as we are now live to talk about NXT UK, the two episodes from the week of December 19th, 2018, that took place at the Plymouth Pavilions at in Plymouth, Devon, England. Of course, as I keep saying, I don't know how much longer there's going to be two more shows. I swear this is my usual introduction for NXT UK. So two shows, two shows. One show, one show. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting close soon. I'm pretty sure we're almost caught up with all of these tapings and whatnot. We'll talk about both episodes for this week's episode of NXT UK, as we are getting closer also to the first ever NXT UK Takeover pay-per-view, which will be NXT Takeover UK Takeover Blackpool, which will be sometime next month. I can't remember. I think it's the 12th. I believe January 12th. Overall, though, not a bad week. Just, they're starting to use superstars that, feel more progressed. The main story is still going into here is, for, of course, first, the feud between, Gallus and, British Strong Style, Mustache Mountain, and even also Travis Banks. We had a pretty good main event match, I thought, between Travis, the Kiwi Buzzsaw, Travis Banks, and Joe Coffey. But then also we had a women's championship match, which was not bad at all either. So overall, I gotta say it was a good week. It was, storylines like they are progressing. Of course, I said before, also we are still focusing on, crowning the first ever NXT UK tag champion. So teams are still being formed, but I'm pretty sure sometime soon we are going to be getting like some type of tournament announced, even for some type of match to take place that take over Blackpool. UK Takeover Blackpool, whatever it's called, next month, or in pretty much a few weeks now. But I will try to make hard predictions for that show as well. Of course, it's Takeover Phoenix and the Royal Rumble as well, which I got to take care of soon. But once again, I've just been super busy, whatnot. But first thing on my list is going to have to get, Hitler Ninth Gate done and do my Wolfenstein Christmas special. So I'll take care of those first. And then, of course, I will get to the match cards. But without further ado, guys, let's get started with this review of both episodes of NXT UK. And, of course, as always, with this week at NXT, probably until I'd say the week of New Year's, I will be showing the Christmas tree in the background for you, as I've been doing every year now. So let's get right to it, starting off with the first episode. We opened up with a not a bad, solid opening match with Jordan Devlin taking on the Wild Boar Mike Hitchman. Not pretty much a bad match here. Again, Jordan Devlin's obviously seemed like he's a bigger deal now ever since his match with Pete Dunne. And again, I was very impressed with him in both of the UK tournaments I keep putting him over for. He does eventually beat Hitchman. And again, a solid match. There's some lockups at the beginning. He hit a rear chin lock before whipping Mike in the corner, and he hits a Uranagi, but he missed a standing moonsault. Hitchman came back with a jumping senton and a Uranagi and a spear before Devlin countered a butterfly suplex into a roundhouse kick. He missed a moonsault top rope, but he landed on his feet before Mike missed a cannonball, and Devlin wins with his finisher, the Ireland's call, pretty much. And afterwards, got pretty much pointing over that, he is pretty much the best in England and whatnot, and, just getting the heel heat on him continuously. So, not a bad opening match, I'd say, to start the show. We have Fabian Eichner taking on Eddie Ryan, probably more of a good jobber. Not a bad match again. I am very, interested in seeing, what goes on here with Fabian Eichner for sure. I'm glad to see him getting some time on NXT UK. And he does seem like he has a lot of potential. I do want to see him eventually get an NXT a United Kingdom Championship match against Pete Dunne at some point. I mean, I feel he could maybe be a candidate to throw him. Also, again, I'm still springing for Eddie Dennis to be the one to defeat Pete Dunne for the UK title. I want it to be him that does so. But Eichner, of course, more so a squash match to put over Eichner. He pretended, of course, he's going to shake his hand again. He's done the past couple weeks with Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. But then pretty much he just hit a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, stomped on Eddie, tried to come back with chops, but he hit a back suplex He rocks in a variation of arm and triangle. Eddie, of course, got some offense in on him. Hit a European uppercut for a 2 count, but then Fabian then dropped him across the top rope before driving him into the steps and hitting a running knee before rolling him back into the ring and hitting a spinning sit-out powerbomb to get the victory. So Fabian Eichner continues to, have like a dominating, build in his first few matches at NXT UK. So we'll see where he continues to go here. Then we have Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven taking on the team of now Saxon Huxley and Tyson T-Bone. Of course, Saxon Huxley originally was, part of a tag team that involved Joseph Connors, but it did not last too long as Joseph Connors. Now he's seeing what he can do with Tyson T-Bone. This was not a bad tag match at all, as Tyler Bate and Tyson T-Bone started the match brawling until Tyson drives Bate into a corner. Saxon comes in, but then Tyler hits his diving back elbow. He does. Trent Seven came in and he hit a Saxon with chops in the corner before Saxon hits a jumping Thez press and tags in Tyson. He drops Tyson with a DDT before Tyson nearly knocks him out with a forearm. And then Huxley comes back in and they try to cut the ring in half and make frequent tags with occasional double teams until Trent Seven hits a Snapdragon suplex and Enziguri before Tyler Bate comes in. And then Saxon accidentally knocks Tyson off of the apron before Tyler catches him in midair with his exploder suplex into a standing shooting star for a near fall. But then Tyson accidentally elbow drops Saxon. So it's showing that, it look like Saxon Huxley can really put on a good chemistry with any of his tag team partners. But then Trent Seven then got a blind tag, and Tyler hits a rebound lariat as Trent hits a Snapdragon suplex, and Mustache Mountain, of course, get the win. Which again, I still think the finals of this and the match probably we're going to get at NXT Takeover, NXT UK Takeover Blackpool is probably going to be Mustache Mountain. 2 members from Gallus probably. So of course we'll see what goes on there. But Mustache Mountain continues to rack up the wins, of course, as they should be the loser of this division. Afterwards, we see Dave Mastiff being interviewed backstage, talking about his victory over Eddie Dennis in last week's main event of NXT UK. He pretty much mentions he's gunning now for the for the United Kingdom Championship before Eddie Dennis attacks him and claims that this is not over yet. So I don't know if we're going to get another match between Eddie Dennis and Dave Mastiff, but obviously, like they said on the show, Eddie didn't take losing quite well last week. So that's what we got there. And then we got our main event, Rhea Ripley and Isla Dawn for the NXT UK Women's Championship match. First time the title has been defended, of course, since Rhea Ripley won the championship just a few weeks ago. Not a bad match. I know I said for, a couple weeks, I haven't really seen too many impressive matches from Isla Dawn yet. This, of course, showed that she does have potential. I still think there's more to her to give me a little more behind her. I know she has this white witch gimmick, but again, she's still feels like she's missing something to really impress me. But I think her working with Rhea really got me behind her a little bit more. Rhea started off the match getting Isla into the corner, but she turns it around before Isla put Ripley in a side headlock, and she trips Rhea when she gets free. Isla then hit a jumping stomp for a quick 2 count. She reapplies a side headlock, but Rhea gets her feet and gets Dawn into the corner, drop kicking her and beat her down with clubbing blows before suplexing her to kick out of that. Rhea locks in a rear chin lock before Isla gets to her feet, only for Rhea to clothesline her for a 2 count. Now Isla counters the Riptide before Rhea walked in and attacks inverted Texas Cloverleaf, Isla getting to the bottom rope before she taps. Rhea misses several moves and goes shoulder first to the ring post before Isla hits her Sato suplex and a roundhouse kick and float over suplex for a very close near fall again. It looked like that Isla was going to maybe it looked like it was possible that she was going to maybe pin Rhea Ripley and win the title, but then Rhea kicks out of it, then hits the Riptide for her finisher, pick the win. So again, not a bad first, title defense for Rhea Ripley again. As I said before, Isla Dawn again, they seem like they were giving her some victories to have her be Rhea's first title defense. I think you're obviously going to set up a rematch for between the UK title finals. They had a couple weeks ago, probably for NXT Takeover, UK Takeover Blackpool, with Ripley taking on Toni Storm, which I feel was the obvious route to go. This would give another nod to Rhea Ripley. I'm not sure if she'll drop it to Toni Storm. I still think you should give Rhea a little more time with that UK Championship. So we'll see what happens. When it comes to that, but not bad for show. Again, just storylines feel like they actually are progressing and meaning something for sure. And so I'll say this first show was pretty solid, I thought, for the most part. Moving on now to the second show here, of course, waiting for just the results to load on this page. Is once again NXT UK website. NXT UK is not consistent on websites for getting out results. Episode 2 started off with Toni Storm taking on Charlie Morgan. This was Toni Storm's first match on NXT UK since I believe these are starting at the November tapings. I can't remember for sure. They mentioned in the past couple tapings that she won the Mae Young Classic, but apparently this is probably the first time she really appeared in front of everyone since she had won the Mae Young Classic at Evolution. But this is her first match, though, also since her the finals of the NXT UK Women's Championship match against Rhea Ripley. So it's just a match pretty much just to put over Toni Storm, give her some momentum going forward. It wasn't really a long match at all whatsoever. Toni dropped Charlie trying to lock in a submission at the beginning, but then Charlie crawled to the bottom rope for the break, and she would eventually hit an enziguri for a quick 2 count, following up with chops and a running back elbow in the corner. Charlie walked in a variation of a camel clutch before Toni escaped out of the back and rolls Charlie with forearms for hitting a release German suplex. Then Toni hit a running hip attack in the corner before finishing her off with a Storm Zero to pick up the pinfall victory to give her some momentum moving forward. Of course, again, probably getting her back on track for another UK women's title opportunity, which again we'll probably see at Takeover Blackpool. We then had this match. It was Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews taking on the team of Zach Gibson and James Drake. Obviously, again, there's another match to pretty much impress Johnny Saint and Sid Scala, for those who are probably going to be in this championship, this little tournament for the debuting UK tag titles. And I thought this was not a bad match either. I mean, again, it's Zach Gibson, being involved in a tag team was still a little disappointing, but gives him something to do right now, just so he's not always going for the UK championships. He's already had 2 opportunities. He lost both, but this also gives a good rub to Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews as well. Mac, of course, throughout the match, you hear that if you hate Gibson, stand up or shoes off and whatnot. There was some good back and forth action going on until towards the end of the match, when it looked like Webster and Andrews were about to win the match, but then out of nowhere comes Fabian Eichner to pretty much distract Andrews and Webster, since he's had some recent issues with them, with their little feud going on there. He attacks Flash Morgan Webster first, but then Zach Gibbs takes advantage and locks in the Shankly Gates to get Mark Andrews to tap out for the victory. Afterwards, Eichner gets in to go after Mark Andrews, as he'd already gone after Flash Morgan Webster, but then Flash Morgan Webster gets back in and saves Mark. They scare off Fabian Eichner, who later on just get interviewed, pretty much saying he wants to, take care of him, Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster in a little feud that they have going on right now. Pretty much saying that he's going to find a tag team partner. So for now, it looks like Fabian Eichner is entering the NXT UK tag team scene right now to get some gold around his waist. But I'm pretty sure Eichner is going to eventually be getting a UK championship shot for sure. No matter who it's against. Again, I still want to see. I'm going to go as far as saying I think it will be Pete Dunne and Eddie Dennis that take over Blackpool. But I know Gallus has their issues with with no British strong style, of course, going through the big fishes first to pretty much get to where he wants to be. But it's what Eichner is going to do to make a name for himself. We then have Killer Kelly taking on Nina Samuels. All right match, really, but still, it's two not as popular. I mean, Killer Kelly, of course, had a good showing. I thought in her match for the Mae Young Classic. Nina Samuels has still been kind of new, but so far been that one. The more so been just there to take pins to put it over other talent as well. Don't remember too much about this match, but the fact that Nina Samuels actually won, surprisingly. I mean, I guess I'm okay with that, kind of give her a little bit of a rub. Since Killer Kelly probably is more known than she is, but Nina Samuels gets the win here. And then finally we have our main event, which was Travis Banks taking on Joe Coffey from Gallus. Must say I really like Gallus's theme music. It sounds like a team of guys who was like, yeah, we run this business and whatnot. But to a surprise, this week I believe Travis Banks already had a match against Wolfgang. Can't remember. I think it was Wolfgang recently. So then he wanted to take on Joe Coffey, call him out. This time, though, it was just Joe Coffey who came out by himself. We never saw Gallus or Mustache Mountain at all come out during this match, which I was a little surprised by that. Joe felt he had something to prove, though. And, obviously, this goes back to, whenever the Coffey brothers started, their business at Royal Albert Hall, Travis sends Joe out in the ring and hits a PK from the apron, but he goes after him and goes for a suicide dive, but Joe catches him in midair with a European uppercut and slide him to the barricade. He stomps on Travis and starts focusing on the injured shoulder of Travis Banks, which has been, making Travis look a huge underdog with the shoulder injury he's been battling back from. Travis finally gets free with a jumping knee before sending Joe into a corner face first and hitting a running drop kick to the back and a shining wizard for a near fall. Joe sent Travis, scores shoulder first into the corner before hitting a power slam. Another close near fall there, and Travis was swung around before hitting an overhead belly to belly. And then he hit a diving stomp off of the top and a running shotgun drop kick into the vertical drop brainbuster for a very close near fall. He then knocks Joe off the apron before hitting a suicide dive, rolls him back in the ring before hitting another dive stomp for a near fall, but before Joe pins Travis with a lariat to get the win. So, Gallus, proved they could, a member of Gallus proved that they can win a match by themselves. Obviously, they've been racking up wins and really, being built up strong. Again, I think they're going to defeat a Mustache Mountain to eventually become the UK Tag Champions. I still think that's the route to go because of the story that they're being told here. And even if Mustache Mountain does defeat them, it won't be a matter of time before Gallus gets those tag titles. But again, another great performance, I thought, by the Coffey brothers, and of course Travis Banks being put over as a strong underdog character as well. So I look forward to see what move he makes next, as well as what Gallus is going for next. Obviously, again, most likely the NXT UK tag titles. But guys, that is it, of course, for both episodes of NXT UK this week. I'll guess this week's episode of B. Matches were fine, but I thought I saw some solid story develop throughout these shows. Like, not as match. Okay, we're still getting to know this person. Yes, we're getting introduced to still some other stars here and there, but they're really nitty gritty down now into the storylines as we get closer to NXT UK Takeover Blackpool. So, guys, what are your thoughts on NXT UK? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure, as always, to click my like and subscribe or comment on my channel. And you may follow me on Twitter as well at DemandEverybody3. And, guys, I'll be back here in just a minute for my live review next of 205 Live. So, until then, guys, have a great rest of your night, and peace out, everybody.